Welcome to Positive Talk Daily. My name is Mr. Positive. We're on YouTube at Mr. Positive Live. Click on the bell icon and get notified when I go live and post new videos. We're looking at the Baofeng uv25. This is a flagship analog ham radio transceiver from Baofeng. This is like one of their flagship radios. Now, they do have the Pro model and a Plus model. We're going to be looking at the Pro model in a couple of weeks, and also the uv32 DMR version, digital radio version, in about 2 weeks right here on Positive Talk Daily. Let's take a look at what you get in the box. You will get a wrist strap. You will get a microphone piece, headset. You also get the instructions manual. You also get a kind of an interesting antenna. Okay, now I've seen plenty of these antennas for sale on Amazon and other places like that. Now, this is called the 8-watt. It works on 136 megahertz and 520 megahertz. So it's a really interesting antenna, and it's pretty tall. Okay, so we showed you what we showed you what you get in the box. Here's a look at the actual radio. This thing is a brick. It is a monster. You get a 1.7-inch color screen. It's LCD. You do get your knob up here to turn it on. You do get your PTT push-to-talk button, a couple up and down volume buttons. This controls the flashlight. In the back, you will get the belt clip. It has to be screwed on. The battery is a 5,200 milliamp hour, and that has to be screwed on as well. This thing is heavy. This is a brick. Compared to the uv25, this thing towers. It's at least twice the size. Okay, now if you were to attach a battery add-on to this, it may be about the same height. But this thing is just massive. Now, both radios pretty similar in what they're capable of doing. We're going to go over the dimensions of this radio. This thing is pretty nice. You get your touchpad here, nice big buttons. It's rugged, IP57, water and dust resistance. No Bluetooth on this radio, but if you go with the Plus or Pro model, this year's model, you will get Bluetooth built in with a 2-inch screen, and it's actually better and easier to read outdoors. Now, there's a lot of downsides. A lot of people have complained about the menu being kind of screwed up because when you go to the menu, it's hard to see in direct sunlight because the font it's in red color. So you do get to monitor 2 channels at once, dual PTT basically. This controls your volume. I like this. This is a nice design. It looks like a military radio. Kind of looks like some of those Motorola radios you can buy. This thing is rugged, and this is their flagship radio from a year or two ago. Now, we're going to also be looking at the Pro model, which is a little bit better than this. It puts out 12 watts of power. This one puts out 10 watts of power. Let's go over specifications of the uv25, often sold as the uv25 Pro or the uv25 Plus. This is the uv25 Standard Edition. They're pretty much the same chassis, just updated specs and internals and bigger screen. It's a heavy-duty, tri-band, handheld ham radio known for its rugged build. Also, a large 5,200 milliamp hour battery. One of the cons for this radio, the battery is heavy, but it takes up to 5 hours to charge fully. So that's crazy. But again, it's running on like a 5-watt charger, So again, it is a 5,200 milliamp hour battery and a 10-watt power output. Is popular choice among outdoor enthusiasts and preppers due to its wide frequency reception and long battery life. So you can get about 20 miles, 25, 30 miles. If you hit the repeater, 50, 60, 70 miles. So it's pretty nice. And you can hit some of those satellite bands repeaters, and you can get probably 120, 50 across the world, actually. So going over specifics, again, the battery and the power features a tri-power up to 10 watts, massive 5,200 milliamp hour battery, equipped with Type-C. So if we look in the back here, you can charge it right here, Type-C, right on the back of the battery. Okay, right there on the back of the battery, you can charge that. So let me just turn that down a little bit. So again, you do get that Type-C charging, which is nice to see. and up to 1,000 memory channels, which is quite nice to see. Frequency matching, one touch or one key frequency clone function. So if you have a nearby radio, you can basically, if you have it already programmed through some chirp software or something, if you want to use this on chirp software, you're capable of doing that. And you can clone that same thing if you have the radio right next to it, or plug it into a Type-C charger, or using the software or the charger. It's like an adapter you hook up to your PC where you can program through chirp or other frequencies. Build and design. The build with a sturdy metal structure, large buttons, which I like to see there. Stable build design and easy to operate. It has an emergency SOS flashlight, which is at the top there, as you can see. And this is a male connector to female connector. Okay, so let's take a look here. Because of this is an amateur radio, it does require you to have a legit license. So if it's GMRS license, if you're going to use this as a GMRS radio, you can, obviously. Or if you're running this as a ham radio, because this is mainly a ham radio operation, you're going to want to look at getting your amateur radio license. Okay, it's not hard to do, but there are some tests you have to go through. You do have your technician's level, you do have your amateur extra level, and that can be pretty fun. You can do a lot of stuff. Go check out the video we talked about. Now we're going to talk about some of the megahertz and channels you can run on and what kind of bands you can pick up now. Now, with any Baofeng radio, it does require a license. So again, head to fcc.gov and sign up for your GMRS license, or also look into your regular, maybe technician's license or amateur extra license. There's a lot you can do with it, trust me. Now, the Baofeng uv25 multi-band radio, tri-band radio, transmits on multiple frequencies, 144 megahertz to 148 megahertz, 220 megahertz through 260 megahertz, 420 megahertz through 450 megahertz, amateur bands through the United States. Can also hit satellite repeaters as well, bounce that off. I mean, you got some pretty big antennas here. It's 10 watts, so it's way more powerful than your UV5Rs and even your UV82. Receiving frequencies 136 to 174, 220 through 260. Look at the manuals. Look at the charts online. If you have an amateur license, be sure to see what bands you're allowed to stream on. 400 megahertz to 520 megahertz, as well as FM radio, 88 through 108 megahertz. Can't broadcast on them, but you can listen to them. AM airband, you can get that. I've been hearing some of that as well in the chat. If you want to configure this radio through settings, instead of going through the manual here, setting the tones, the CTCS, all that stuff, use a cable for chirp software. It's so much easier. If you have it saved from another radio, just add that to this radio. It's a lot easier. Now, my 5 giveaways to this radio, it's nice and heavy. So you don't have to worry about breaking this radio. And it's IP57, so you're getting a pretty solid radio here. And it's loud. Getting a nice loudspeaker. Number 4 reason to purchase this radio, it's cheap. You get it for around $40 on Amazon's website. It's a pretty good damn deal right there. Number 3, you get multiple antennas. And the antennas on here are actually not junk. They're actually pretty solid. As I showed you, you can swap out this antenna for a larger antenna. If you don't want to carry around with that large antenna, look funny, carry around a smaller antenna that you would find on like a UV5Rs, something like this. You can pull this one off, put it on there. Never put this antenna on something like this because you can break the antenna. The output's a lot higher. Okay. Number 2 reason to buy this is it's very loud and it sounds very clear. I talked to somebody 25 miles away, no joke, yesterday. This radio does really, really work. And number 1, it's just a decent radio. Yes, it's analog. There is no DMRS here or digital frequencies. You can upgrade to the DMR32 or UV32. That does have a slightly higher output and can do DMR. So if you're looking for a digital radio, then that might be the better radio. But for those looking for a military grade or looks very heavy and sturdy and long battery life, I think this is the champ. This radio does get a pass. Now, the 5 negatives for this radio. Number 5, the slow charging times. This can take up to 5 hours to charge from full, halfway to full. So 4 to 8 hours. I put on the charger this morning, it took about 4.5 hours. Number 4 reason to maybe avoid buying this radio is it's not DMR, it's not digital. So if you're looking for digital or Bluetooth, maybe look at the Pro, uv25 Pro or Plus model. That may give you the Bluetooth you're looking for. And again, if you want digital, you're probably going to want to go with the higher tier. Number 3 reason to avoid buying this radio is it does have a menu that is a bit, I don't want to say outdated, but when you hit menu, it's hard to see that. And the menu is kind of sloppy. So however they did this, they should have done an update to it. They did with the Pro model, and it is a much cleaner menu on that. This can be a bit confusing. Even the UV82 has a better menu, I think. And number 2, it's hard to see. Direct sunlight. If you're outdoors, it's very hard to see. Like it's almost night and day. Once you bring it indoors, it's okay. And the number 1 reason is there are slightly better radios in the market, but for this price, it does get a pass. But for this price, I mean, for anywhere from $80 to $40, if you can get this for $40 and originally $80, it was $125 when it first came out. That's a hell of a deal. It does airband, it does tri-radio. It's a nice radio for the most part. This radio gets a pass by me. The Baofeng UV25 is a decent radio.